Imagine a company so powerful that it can influence the laws of entire nations just to ensure that the water flowing under your feet belongs to them and not to you. A company that once argued that access to water should not be considered a basic human right, but a foodstuff that should have a market value. This is Nestlé. While you might associate them with a cute bird's nest and a bar of chocolate, Nestlé is actually a global apex predator that has mastered the art of turning biological necessity into a recurring subscription. Today we are uncovering the water extraction and the formula scandal that made Nestlé one of the most boycotted companies in human history. This is the blueprint of how to own the survival of a species in 2026. The story of Nestlé began in 1867 with Henri Nestlé and his breakthrough in infant cereal. It was a noble start, saving lives of babies who couldn't be breastfed. But as the company grew, the nobility was replaced by a brutal focus on market share. In the 1970s, Nestlé launched a marketing campaign in developing countries that would change the world forever. They sent sales representatives dressed as nurses to hospitals to give out free samples of infant formula. By the time the free samples ran out, the mother's own milk had dried up, and they were forced to buy Nestlé formula in areas with contaminated water. This led to the deaths of countless infants. This was the first time the world saw the Nestlé method: create a dependency first, and then charge for the solution. The secret of Nestlé's dominance is ubiquity. They own over 2,000 brands. From Nespresso and Maggi to Purina and Kit Kat, they have successfully positioned themselves at every single meal of your day. If you aren't eating their cereal for breakfast, you are drinking their coffee at the office or feeding their pellets to your dog. They have created a diversification shield. Even if you try to boycott Nestlé for their water policies, you are likely still giving them money through one of their hundreds of subsidiaries. They don't want to be a brand. They want to be the pantry of the world. They have turned the act of eating into a global logistics game where they control the supply chain from the soil to the shelf. The water war is the most controversial chapter of their empire. Nestlé is the world's largest producer of bottled water. Their strategy is to buy land in areas with large underground aquifers, extract the water for almost zero cost, and sell it back to the public at a massive markup under brands like Pure Life or Perrier. In places like Michigan or California, they have continued to pump millions of gallons of water even during severe droughts and against the protests of local communities. To Nestlé, water is a commodity like oil or gold. They believe that putting a price on water is the only way to manage it. But critics say they are simply stealing a natural resource to fund their quarterly dividends. Behind the scenes, the cocoa supply chain hides a dark reality. Despite decades of promises to eliminate child labor from their chocolate production, Nestlé continues to struggle with the ethics of their sourcing in West Africa. The pressure to keep chocolate prices low for the global market has created a system where poverty is institutionalized. They use sustainability labels to calm the conscience of the modern consumer. But the fundamental economics of the cocoa trade haven't changed. They have mastered the aesthetic of responsibility while maintaining the efficiency of exploitation. They know that as long as the chocolate is sweet, the world will look the other way. Inside the Nestlé headquarters in Switzerland, the focus is on health and wellness. They are pivoting away from sugary snacks and into medical nutrition. They want to be the ones who provide the specialized food for people with diabetes, kidney disease, and aging brains. This is the ultimate full-circle business model. They sell you the processed food that contributes to modern health problems, and then they sell you the medical food designed to manage those same problems. They have successfully colonized both the cause and the cure. This is the biomonopoly of the future. They aren't just feeding you. They are managing your biology from birth to the grave. In 2026, Nestlé is using artificial intelligence to create personalized nutrition. They are developing systems that analyze your DNA and your gut microbiome to tell you exactly what Nestlé product you should consume to to optimize your performance. They want to be your biological OS. They are moving from the kitchen to the clinic, ensuring that they are essential for your very survival. They prove that if you can own the calories and the hydration of a population, you don't need a military to control them. You just need a distribution network and a secret recipe. Today, Nestlé is a reminder that the largest threats to human freedom are not always political. They are often found in the grocery aisle. They have successfully commodified the basics of life and turned them into a global asset class. They are the masters of corporate resilience, surviving scandals that would have destroyed any other brand by being too integrated into our lives to be removed. And you? Have you ever checked the label of your favorite snack to see if that bird's nest logo is hiding in the corner? Do you think water should be a human right or a market-priced commodity managed by corporations? Is the convenience of Nestlé worth the ethical price of their global expansion? Subscribe to Global Titans now and hit the bell, because in our next video we are going to talk about Monsanto and the patent on life that controls the very seeds of our future. Are you ready to see who owns the DNA of your food? The system is watching you, and we show you the ingredients of power. Until the next corporate secret, are you ready for what's coming? The nest is always watching.